What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another quick video. You already know, give me the HBO special. That's the Help About the House special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. I really want to just dive right into this one, though. Abin, Preach, and Fresh and Fit have officially challenged each other to a boxing match. I want to cover the full story, try to be as unbiased as possible. Then at the end, I'll give my take on what's going on in this situation. 2 months ago, Abin Preach went on to the Fresh and Fit podcast and made what I believe to be a instant classic. I believe it was one of the best collaborations of 2021. I believe you could also put Kevin Samuels and No Jumper podcast collaboration in there. Also, you could probably put the Joe Budden and Kevin Samuels podcast collaboration in there. I believe those were all very productive conversations that needed to be had in 2021. With that being said, 2 days ago, Abin Preach, and actually one of the reasons I believe that it was so balanced and such a good classic was because Abin Preach, they have a very balanced opinion. In my opinion, personally, they have a very balanced opinion on a lot of these red pill conversations. Not only that, but intellectually, they can explain it to you in a way that even if you don't agree with them, you can respect their opinion. All right. With that being said, a couple days ago, Abin Preach took a clip from their time on Fresh and Fit. And in that clip, they said, should men pay for women? That was the question at hand that they were discussing in the clip. Now, Fresh and Fit believe that men should never pay for women. They believe that if a man pays for a woman, she will never have respect for that man. They believe that a man should demand a woman's soul. I don't really know what that means, but that's what they said.
It's only you in person because they look at you as, okay, he's paying a need that I have, but I don't respect him. And for me, I don't want a bitch's pussy. I want her soul.
And on the other hand, Abin Preach believe that why not? Right? They say you may not be paying in terms of money, but you're paying for a $1,000 dinner. Right? So that's you paying in a sense. You may not be paying in terms of money, but you're spending 5 hours of your precious time, which you can't get back, on trying to convince a woman to lay down with you. You know what I'm saying? So both had really good opinions on the conversation. But about a day ago, I believe it happened yesterday, Walter and Myron responded, Fresh and Fit. They responded via video during a live stream. And during their response, Walter insulted Preach's wife, basically calling her a beluga whale, and then went on to challenge them to a boxing match officially.
I have a problem. Now you talk shit about my wife.
This nigga Preach is married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere. And y'all niggas talking shit.
And you talk shit about my country. Old bitch said that he was about to send me on a boat to my country, to Haiti.
Later on, today, this happened earlier this morning, Preach then responds and accepts the fight. He says, I'm going to be in Miami. This is the perfect time for me to come out there and do whatever we got to do. You insulted my wife. I feel insulted. I'm going to see you in a week. Don't back out. All right. And there were screenshots of, I believe, Abba having a conversation with Myron from Fresh and Fit. And they were talking about a $500,000 purse and how they're going to have it on live stream and this and that. And obviously, if you're going to have that fight, maybe you should monetize it. But this is where I kind of start getting into my own personal opinion, because those are the facts of the situation. Fresh and Fit, they brought up a very good point, right? Like, they said that their numbers are just better. And you have to completely, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. They've been working extremely hard to put together the show that they have now that has the entertainment value it has now. And I believe that they filled a void in the space that was very needed. And nobody can take that away from them. They are very hard workers and deserve everything that they have gotten because they've worked hard.
We get more views than you. We've been on less than you. We work harder than y'all niggas. We cut our hair more than you niggas. Like, yo, if y'all want to like roast,
we get more girls than y'all niggas.
more girls than y'all niggas.
Free.
Like, if y'all really want to do this.
Now, with that being said, all right, and that is me tipping my hat off to Fresh and Fit and understanding that you guys are very productive. You guys have done a very good job with the show. I get it, right? You guys get it. But with that being said, I do believe that Walter crossed the line when he's talking about Preach's wife, right? I believe that if I have a problem with you as a man, I have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with your mother. I don't have a problem with your brother. I don't have a problem with your kids. And I damn sure don't have a problem with your wife. Right? I believe that there are certain lines that you shouldn't cross, especially in this little internet sphere, whatever people doing with these internet beefs and problems. And there's just certain lines you shouldn't cross out of respect for another man. And you shouldn't bring a man's family into the situation unless you're willing to deal with how far he wants to take it. And you never know how far a man wants to take it when it has something to do with his wife. Also, don't get upset. And this is me talking to Fresh Fit. You can't really get upset if Abin Preach say that you're capping if the conversation is should men pay women and you're capping, right? Because that's exactly what you're doing. the definition of capping is saying you do something and then actually live in a different way. And what Myron said is men shouldn't pay women, yet you have a seeking arrangements account, right? So that's cap. That's absolutely fair to me. That they just called you out on cap, and you just take the wins with the losses. That was a loss. That was cap. So you can't really get upset and then go back and insult someone's wife and then challenge them to a boxing match and then not expect anything to come from that. Like you get what I'm saying. And you guys are absolutely right in terms of your numbers doing better. But to bring somebody's wife into it, I think that's kind of where it was a little bit lost for me in translation. Also, Fresh and Fit, you guys are playing a very, very dangerous game. And when I say this, I mean Myron's messaging women, trying to leverage his podcast, basically saying you can't come on the show unless we have sex. You've had sex with a bunch of my friends, and if you don't with me, you're not allowed on the show, and this and that. You're playing a very dangerous game. And this is why I talk about control of your reproduction for men is key, especially if you're in the situation of Fresh and Fit. And this is why I say men shouldn't be promiscuous, because you're gonna pay for it. Right? We talk about women exploiting men all the time, and we talk about some of these assault cases that aren't accurate, but women still get off on this stuff, and how powerful men always fall because they're allowing women to take advantage of them, whether that be through allegations or whether that be through divorce or whether that be through child support. But yet you're living that same stigma, right? You're going out and being promiscuous with multiple women, and you get what I'm like. You can't preach to men that you shouldn't fall into these traps, and then you're falling into those traps. You look at the Bible, there are plenty of great men that fell because they couldn't control their responses to women. All right? And that's something that men have to master in and of themselves in order to truly be great. What you do when you're in the situation of Fresh and Fit and you're out here trying to leverage your platform is you're leaving yourself open to allegations, and that can completely destroy your entire platform. And I believe that you're playing a very dangerous game with a lot of women that don't have much to lose and a lot to gain. You have a lot of women that want to just chase clout. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your platform. They just want to be in the news. All it's about is how can I get on TMZ? How can I get on the Shade Room? That's all it's about, right? So if they see you as a way to do that, and they can piggyback off of you, Fresh and Fit, that's what they're going to do. So you guys have to be very careful with messing with these OnlyFans girls or these SEX workers or whatever it may be, right? So, I mean, and that's just kind of my final thoughts on the opinion. I believe that, and this is just me going over it again, I believe that the call out was completely legit. I believe that when you call someone on capping and they're capping, that's fair. You gotta take your wins with your losses. I believe you shouldn't bring people's family into it. And I believe you're preaching one thing, Fresh and Fit, but how you're carrying yourself out here in the dating market is leaving yourself open to be exploited. And that's really like hard to watch, because if you do get exploited, it'd be really sad to see, especially since you guys have such a great show. Till next time.